Right now at 5, authorities warn area businesses to keep an eye out for counterfeit bills.
And temperatures cool this morning, clouds increasing, temperatures decreasing. We'll take a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, the city of Carthage invites the public to weigh in on funding the needs of the community.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Elise Noe.
I'm Chris Warner. It's a finally Friday in the 4 states. We have made it. If you're joining us this morning, you've made it too. Here we are.
Absolutely. And you know what? It is pretty chilly out there right now.
It is a little bit on the cool side. Not that that's a bad thing. And yesterday wasn't too bad either. We had a cool breeze instead of that warm oven breeze that we get in the summertime. So we can't complain, believe it or not. It's going to get a little cooler, at least briefly, as we head into the weekend. So we're looking pretty good. Today, not too bad either. We're going to start with a live look from our camera on top of the Cornell Complex in downtown Joplin. And we're looking decent out there. We've got some clouds, and the clouds will continue to increase as we go through today. Our camera, 7th and Range Line, also looking pretty good this morning, and we'll head a little further south to 20th and Range Line. Another great view, just a few cars out there. Of course, they'll start to fill in as people get there finally Friday underway. Future track for today is simply going to show the increasing clouds as we go through the day. Again, still showing an isolated shower, but that shower chance is truly less than 10% out there. But we'll start to see better rain chances as we head into the weekend. Sitting at 65 in Joplin, 64 in Pittsburgh. Keep in mind our average low is 69, and look at some of these temperatures. Now, the further south you are, south of I-44, a little closer to average, upper 60s and some low 70-degree readings. But the further north you are, considerably cooler, low to mid 60s. So again, a very beautiful start to the day, given that it is August out there. Again, will be mostly cloudy. Some of you may still start with some sunshine, but those clouds will increase from west to east across the area. And our temperatures, average high is 91. Now we're looking to go low, maybe some mid 80s out there. So temperatures continuing to fall back a bit, and they will continue to drop just a little bit more as we head into our Saturday. And again, we'll have those increasing rain chances. We'll take a look at the details on the rain chances as we head into Saturday and just how cool temperatures are going to get here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, Jasper County authorities respond to an overturned semi yesterday carrying a fruitful cargo. It happened around 6:30 yesterday morning near the village of Fidelity, Missouri. While the driver was not injured, the trailer's cargo, 38,000 pounds of grapes, was compromised in the crash, so the whole load had to be offloaded into dumpsters and hauled away. Cleanup on the crash lasted until just after 11 a.m. and backed traffic up for at least 6 miles. Now you can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, and sports with the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. It's available on Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV Plus, and Roku. The player is also available on our news and weather apps as well as our website. Watch live streaming anytime, absolutely free. The KOAM Plus TV streaming app. The city of Carthage, Missouri is looking for public input as they apply for a community development block grant. The city yesterday held a public hearing where residents could voice their thoughts on the biggest needs in the community. One plan the city proposed would replace 5,000 feet of sidewalks in the downtown area, costing an estimated $937,000.
Well, improving sidewalks improves mobility and accessibility for everyone, whether they're the richest person in town or the poorest person in town. Because eventually, everyone gets out of their car and walks. So it makes it easier for them to get out of their car and walk if the sidewalk is, available, if it's usable.
At least 51% of the funds must be used to benefit low and moderate income residents. Well, Pittsburgh area law officers caution businesses to be on the lookout for funny money. Police say a counterfeiter has been targeting a number of businesses in the area. KOAM's Melissa Alexis talked with a Pittsburgh business owner who was a victim and wants to warn other local businesses so they aren't out of their hard-earned money.
Trying to cheat somebody, like we are working hard for our money.
Al Patel is the owner of Pitt Discount Liquor in Pittsburgh, and their business received a fake $100 bill.
And you can just see like it is a plain paper. And the size wise also, it is like a 1 centimeter smaller than the regular $100 bill.
Patel says the counterfeiters cause businesses to lose twice, their merchandise and their cash.
We lose our product and we lose our cash, like, because whatever we are giving cash back, we are losing that also.
Jonathan Lynch is a detective at the Pittsburgh Police Department, and he says these counterfeit bills cause local businesses to take a big financial hit, as police departments aren't able to reimburse businesses that fall victim to counterfeit money.
For a small business especially, because $100 could make or break the lights being on tomorrow.
He says counterfeit bills have become more undetectable over the years.
As technology gets better, bad guys have access to technology, and it makes it easier for them to counterfeit.
To detect a fake bill, Detective Lynch says it's important to make sure the bill is not completely smooth and to check the watermark while holding the bill up to the light. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
Detective Lynch recommends that businesses invest time in educating their employees on what fake bills look and feel like to help businesses avoid losing money. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Missouri high school basketball games may have to include a shot clock next year. Plus, Taylor Swift fans sing in Vienna streets after the sold-out concert was canceled. And we have increasing clouds today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
Well, Columbus softball was one of the best teams in Southeast Kansas this season, evident by several all-state selections. This week, one of those all-state performers makes her college commitment. Columbus rising senior Haley Ettinger announces on Twitter that she is committing to Hutchinson Community College to continue her softball career. As a junior, Ettinger was an honorable mention all-state performer from the Kansas Softball Coaches Association and received second-team all-state honors from Sports in Kansas. High school basketball season is still several months away here in the 4 states, but this week we get some big news for our Missouri schools. The Missouri State High School Activities Association takes a step towards implementing a shot clock. The Missouri State High School Activities Association Board of Directors approved an allowance for a 35-second shot clock, which can be used in boys and girls basketball regular season varsity tournaments and shootout style events. There are minimum requirements that need to be met by the host venue in order to use a shot clock. These games have to be officiated by a 3-person crew. There needs to be a dedicated shot clock operator at the scorer's table who is not keeping score or doing any other activities. And shot clocks must be permanently mounted and installed prior to the game taking place. Again, this is only for tournaments in the regular season or shootout style events where there are a minimum of 8 different teams participating with at least 4 games played on one day. Host schools can request approval for the use of a shot clock by reaching out to the MSHSAA at least 10 days prior to when they want to use it. Switching gears to baseball, the Outlaws lost 6-3 on the road last night in Sherman. This game did not mean much for Joplin, who's already clinched a spot in the Mid-America League playoffs this coming Tuesday. The Outlaws and Shadowcats play again tonight and Saturday before the postseason starts in Abilene on Tuesday. Or to the 2024 Olympics in Paris, Team USA men's basketball has not failed to qualify for the gold medal game since 2004. Yesterday afternoon, that streak was in serious jeopardy as the Americans trailed Serbia for the majority of their semifinal. Team USA pulls off an incredible comeback, though, and wins 95-91 to punch its ticket to the gold medal game against France. Serbia held a 13-point lead entering the 4th quarter, but Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Steph Curry took over down the stretch. Serbia connected on 15 three-pointers through the first 3 quarters, but hit none in the final quarter of the game. Still to come, we're going to learn how routine childhood vaccinations can prevent more than 1 million deaths. Plus, another check of that forecast, the cooler temperatures and the rain chances when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is now 5:15 on this Friday morning here in the 4 states, and getting ready to wrap up the first full week of August. And while we started feeling like August at the beginning of this week, it is feeling a little more like September, October as we get into the weekend. Live look from our camera downtown Joplin on the Cornell Complex. Got that northeasterly breeze out there. That's ushered in some drier and cooler air across the region. Our camera 7th and range line also looking pretty good this morning as we get the day underway. Not bad either from MoDOT camera 20th and range line. A few cars on the road. There will be, of course, a few more later. And here comes the car now on the KDOT camera at 69 and Kansas Crossing. Of course, that's just south of Pittsburgh. We're looking good. We are dry this morning. That will change, though, as we head into the weekend with some increasing rain chances. Today, we've got increasing clouds across the area. Again, future track picking up on a shower or two. The chance of a shower today is honestly still at this point less than 10%. The biggest thing that we're going to see is the increasing cloud cover, which is going to begin our decrease in temperatures. Then, as we head toward tomorrow morning, take a look. We're starting to see a few more showers and thunderstorms out there. Now, some good news is no severe weather is expected out of anything we're looking to see over the next couple of days. But the first half of our Saturday does look to be a bit on the soggy side. We have slightly better rain chances in the first half of the day, and they'll become a bit more scattered as we head into the afternoon and evening hours across the region. It will actually clear out Saturday night before we see the clouds increase again early Sunday morning. And that's ahead of additional scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. So this is one of those things you don't want to necessarily cancel your weekend plans, but you do want to keep an umbrella handy. And of course, make sure you've got the KOAM Skywatch weather app. It'll keep you updated on the latest radar and rain in your area. Now, the other side effect of all this is going to be the cooler temperatures. We'll get to that in the 10-day forecast here in just a moment. 65 in Joplin right now. Got a north breeze at about 8 miles an hour. And you can see where we've got this boundary coming through, where we've got the cooler temperatures to the north, warmer to the south. So some upper 60s to near 70 along and south of I-44, and you start heading north of that and we start seeing a few more low to mid 60s out there. So again, another, for most of us, below average start to the day. A little cool as we get the day underway. Again, mostly cloudy skies. Now again, some of you as well. Remember, you saw how big that map was with our coverage area, okay? I mean, it's quite large. These clouds will be rolling in from west to east. So some of you may start the day a little sunnier than your neighbors, but all of us will have those clouds increasing through the morning, and we'll go about the low to mid 70s by 11 o'clock this morning. And that's ahead of highs well below normal. Average high about 91. We're going to be anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees below that as we go into the low to mid 80s across the area today. Heading into the evening, we're going to be looking cloudy as well, down to 71 by 10, and maybe even a little cooler out there tonight, some low 60s, which also means some of you could see the upper 50s for overnight lows. So we had this happen back in July when we had those below normal high temperatures and lows, and then we paid for it with a few days of dangerous heat. And we're going back to that same pattern at this point. We're going to go into the upper 70s on our Saturday. Could see some low 80s, but most of us upper 70s. Low 80s again on Sunday. Rain chances continuing again through at least Thursday. As we head into next week, our temperatures do begin a gradual warming trend. We're going to go at maybe a little above normal toward the middle of next week. As we head toward the end of next week, still getting hot, but not terribly hot, or at least we're not looking at triple digits at this point, but still toasty, low to mid 90s as we head into next weekend. That is a check of your forecast. We'll be back with Health Watch right after this.
Topping Health Watch this morning. Routine childhood vaccinations are anything but routine when it comes to results. Those shots prevented more than 1 million deaths for those born between 1994 and 2023, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Now, the CDC's report, which was published Thursday, also says these vaccinations prevented hundreds of millions of illnesses and tens of millions of hospitalizations. Having kids roll up their sleeves also had a financial benefit. Researchers say the lack of sicknesses have saved the U.S. billions of dollars because parents didn't have to miss work or spend money to treat an infection. The findings are based on 117 million children and 9 vaccines, including measles, hepatitis B, and rotavirus. Among the vaccines not included in the data, COVID-19, the flu, and RSV. Well, 9 additional cases of listeria infections have been reported in connection with a Boar's Head deli meat recall, and 3 people have died. Boar's Head is now facing a potential class action lawsuit after a deadly listeria outbreak was linked to its deli meats. The lawsuit was filed in the New York District Court on August 1st. The plaintiff alleges that the company misled its consumers by not properly warning them of the contamination in its initial July 25th recall. The recall involved 200,000 pounds of its ready-to-eat and deli meat products. The recall was expanded days later to include 7 million pounds of its meat products. As of last week, 34 illnesses have been reported in 13 states, including 2 deaths. Well, heavy marijuana use may increase the risk of certain types of cancer. A new study found using marijuana daily for years may raise the overall risk of head and neck cancers by up to 5%. However, researchers did not find a link between occasional marijuana use and these cancers. Head and neck cancers make up 4% of all cancers in the United States, with more than 71,000 new cases and 16,000 deaths expected this year. With marijuana use rising, the study's author said there's concern these cancers could increase, and that study was published on Thursday. Well, if you've ever seen someone walk backwards, you probably looked at them a little strangely, but they might be on to something good. Backwards walking is a popular rehabilitation exercise, but now it's gaining traction on social media. Megan Fitzpatrick found out why it might be better than clocking 10,000 steps the old-fashioned way.
4 years after starting to walk in reverse, Julie Daniluk hasn't looked back.
I can now walk at least a few kilometers this way.
She started after a knee injury, and step by backward step, it helped her recovery.
I love backwards walking because it has truly rehabilitated my knees and my hip.
I highly recommend it.
She shares her passion on social media, and she's not alone.
Can help improve
Word is spreading about the benefits of moving backwards. This personal trainer encourages his clients to give it a try.
I love it. I think it's amazing. But once you get used to it, you don't have to do it more than once, twice a week.
Several studies have compared forward walking versus retro walking, one drawing this conclusion. Backward walking positively affected gait and balance ability after intervention.
It's been theorized that when you walk 100 steps backwards, it's more work than if you took 1,000 steps forward.
I'm still a big proponent.
A good workout that targets specific muscles, according to experts.
Some of the evidence shows that walking backwards can help improve muscle strength, including muscles about the knee and the hip, improving balance. People walk faster after they've been training backwards.
Putting the toe down first instead of the heel eases pressure on the knee joint.
When he walks backwards, some of that shear force at the knee is reduced, and that can help people who have knee pain feel less pain.
Now I'm just walking backwards.
Beginners are advised to start out slowly on a treadmill or go outside with a partner.
So if you want to grasp my arm,
Okay.
and you're going to start taking small steps backwards.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can trust that I have
This
you.
is so weird. I can't see where
I know,
I'm
right?
going.
La, la, la.
Retro walkers need to concentrate and rely on their other senses, and that gives the brain a workout too.
When you are doing this, what are your neighbors thinking? I've had a few people raise their eyebrows.
People with impaired balance or a history of falls may want to avoid this, but for those looking to spice up their exercise, backwards walking could be a new way to step out of their comfort zone.
And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
And we are watching a day with below normal temperatures, increasing clouds, and rain chances building in as we head into the weekend. Well, there, look at your forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Right now at 5:30, Joplin asked the public to weigh in on improvements to the city's website.
And we've got a pretty cool start to the day. Clouds will be increasing, temperatures will be decreasing. We'll talk about that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, Pitt State is in the last month of its Silverback campaign, and we'll see how it can benefit student athletes.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:29. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. Finally Friday here in the 4 states. It's August the 9th.
here we are.
First full week of August just about over.
It doesn't even really feel like August right now, which is I'm more than happy with.
Oh, I know.
Seriously.
You know, a week ago we were into the 90s out there, and by last weekend, you know, we were creeping close to 100 degrees. This weekend, about 20 degrees cooler than that, which is a great thing. And it's already, I mean, we've had some cool starts this week, but our high temperatures are going to be decreasing just a wee bit between today and tomorrow, maybe even into Sunday.
Nice.
Not bad at all.
Pretty refreshing.
It's going to be quite nice out there, almost fall-like, and that's kind of how it feels this morning. Our camera 7th and range line in Joplin looking pretty good so far. Again, clouds will be increasing across the area later today, or well, through the morning into the afternoon. MoDOT camera 20th and range line looking fairly good as well. Folks getting their day underway. We look at the future track for today, and again, keep in mind how broad our coverage area is. Clouds will increase from west to east, so some of you may start the day a little sunnier than your neighbors, but all of us will ultimately get in on these mostly cloudy skies as we head through the afternoon and evening hours. And again, below normal this morning, about 5, almost 10 degrees cooler in some locations than our normal low. 65 in Joplin, 64 in Pittsburgh. And as we look at temperatures around the area, there's that north breeze. Got a little dividing line here between some warm and cool temperatures. So low mid 60s along the north half of our viewing area. And then you head a little further south, we go upper 60s and even a couple of low 70-degree readings out there. But again, all in all, not that bad considering that it is the first full week of August. We know here in the 4 states it could be a lot worse. All right, mostly cloudy skies out there through today. And our highs today, take a look at that. We're talking low mid 80s for the majority of us as we head into the afternoon. And if that's not a big enough cool down for you, I've got some great news. We have a bigger cool down as we head into our Saturday. We also have rain chances increasing this weekend. I'm not saying cancel your plans, but you do want to keep an umbrella handy. We'll break down those details in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
See you soon, Chris. The city of Joplin is asking the community for their opinion, this time concerning its website. As the Marketing and Communications Department begins work on redesigning the city's website, they're asking the public to take part in a survey giving input on everything from website traffic to current satisfaction level. The department says it's looking for input from everyone, regardless of how often they use the site. Anyone interested in taking the survey can head over to KOAMnewsnow.com, where we have provided a link. Well, 9 little students graduated with some big honors yesterday. Kiddos at the Community Support Services of Missouri Early Learning Center will take the big step from preschool to kindergarten thanks to their hard efforts. One student even knows what she wants to be when she grows up.
I want to be a doctor when I grow up because my daddy had a hurt back before and I gave him crutches and that really helped.
I really hope for our kids is that they become happy, healthy adults who are members of society that show love and care to everyone, that they remember the lessons that they learned here, that there are differences in all of us and those differences can be celebrated.
The center provides quality child care to children from birth through 12 years old. Pittsburgh State University is in the last month of its Silverback campaign for the 2024-25 school year. The month of August is the campaign's month of giving. PSU is encouraging anyone who wants to help support Pittsburgh athletics and their student athletes to give. You can either give directly to a specific sport or donate to the Silverback Fund, which will go towards student athlete scholarships.
We're just really kicking off the sports seasons in the school year with the month of giving and having people join us in any capacity or any financially or just supporting us or getting your blackout shirt at Jocksnitch, either way. So really we're just kind of opening the month of giving to help supporters come up and show their support.
The campaign will end with the Pitt State football home opener on August 31st. One of the longest continuous celebrations marking the end of World War II returns. The 78th annual Arma VJ homecoming event officially kicks off today and runs through Sunday. Visitors are invited out to enjoy activities like pickleball and a golf tournament, car and motorcycle shows, a run for veterans, children's parade, food, live music, and much more. You're invited to bring the whole family and Have a great time and maybe talk to a veteran or two while you're there. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Police hurled tear gas at protesters in Kenya's capital who are calling for the president's resignation. Plus, the Israeli military is ordering another mass evacuation in southern Gaza. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Topping World Watch. Disappointed Taylor Swift fans who won't get to see their favorite singer in concert in Vienna did the next best thing. They took to the streets to sing her songs together. Swift's 3 sold-out concerts were called off Wednesday because of threats of a terrorist attack. Many of the singer's fans had spent thousands of dollars on travel and lodging to attend the shows. Numerous Swifties shared videos on social media showing them gathered outside singing their favorite songs. Authorities say they foiled an attack that had been planned for Thursday or today, and they say the arrest of 2 suspects who allegedly had been planning the attack occurred too close to when the shows had been scheduled. A new Banksy artwork is stolen off a South London roof. The artwork of a howling wolf was painted on a satellite dish, which was stolen hours after it went on display yesterday. Photographs showed a man with his face covered removing the dish from the roof, passing it to others who all fled the scene. The artwork was the latest in a series of animal-themed stencils by the street artist. On Monday, a goat perched on a ledge was spotted near New Bridge, and on Tuesday, the artist revealed 2 elephants on the side of a house in Chelsea. And on Wednesday, monkeys appeared to be swinging across a bridge in Brick Lake. Banksy's social media posts seem to confirm the pieces are his, and he has provided no commentary about them. Police hurled tear gas at protesters in Kenya's capital who are calling for the president's resignation. The protests were organized by activists upset with President William Ruto even after he dismissed most of his ministers and added opposition members to the government. Ruto condemned the protesters on Wednesday, saying if they want change, they can vote him out of office in the 2027 elections. Demonstrations have been happening in Kenya since June, when there were initial calls for legislators to vote against a controversial finance bill. A week after that, protesters stormed Parliament. Kenya's National Commission on Human Rights reports more than 50 people have died since these protests began. The Israeli military is ordering another mass evacuation in southern Gaza. It says troops will soon operate there in response to Palestinian rocket fire. This comes as Israel prepares for a promised Iranian attack. Jeff Paul has the latest from Tel Aviv.
Israeli forces wasting no time as they await a possible retaliatory strike from Iran and its proxies. Soldiers in Gaza discovering yet more tunnels and passageways concealed in the walls of homes. Israeli forces also carrying out a deadly strike on Hamas command and control centers said to be embedded within 2 schools in the Gaza Strip. And in southern Lebanon, the Israeli Air Force overnight struck more Hezbollah infrastructure.
The resilience and strength of the Israeli public is a key issue that allows us to make correct operational decisions. There is here a psychological attempt by the enemy to sow fear, tell stories, and terrorize.
But as more time goes on without a response from Iran, there are multiple reports Tehran might be reconsidering. Politico says U.S. officials are pushing Iran to rethink its reaction to the explosion that killed Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. They're stressing it was a covert operation and no Iranian citizens died. And a U.S. official reportedly told the Wall Street Journal a message has been sent to Tehran that if it carries out a major attack on Israel, there is, quote, a serious risk of consequences for Iran's economy and the stability of its newly elected government. The Pentagon says, above all, they do not want to see a widening war.
Right now, our main focus is making sure that we're postured to make sure that our forces are protected. We're postured to come to the defense of Israel should we need to. But what we really want to see is tensions de-escalate.
In addition to the buildup of U.S. warships positioned around the Middle East, F-22 Raptors just arrived at an air base in the region to address the ongoing threats. It's unclear if Iran were to back away from a major attack on Israel, how Hezbollah would respond. But we do know the Israeli War Cabinet met to discuss a possible preemptive strike on Hezbollah before the militant group decides to carry out an attack on its own.
That's a look at some of your biggest headlines from around the world. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 544 now on this Friday morning here in the 4 states. And we are starting with a live look from our camera on top of the Cornell Complex downtown Joplin. So this is what we were talking about earlier. Clouds will be gradually increasing from west to east. We've got some clouds out there now, and we're going to start to go mostly cloudy as the morning progresses. Our camera 7th and range line looking pretty good this morning as well as folks get their day underway. And then we'll head a little further south to 20th and range line. Again, also looking good. Roads are dry. No rain showers out there this morning. No thunderstorms to contend with this morning either. Just the cloud cover and dry roads and good conditions from the KDOT camera at 69 and Kansas Crossing just south of Pittsburgh. So let's talk about what's going to happen over the next couple of days. We're going to see below normal temperatures, so our high temperatures dropping from where they have been the last few days. And of course, today we're going to see the clouds increasing. And Future Track again is painting a stray shower to the chance still at this point is less than 10%, but there could be a couple of sprinkles here or there. As we head into our Saturday, though, and toward the early morning hours, we're going to start to see showers and thunderstorms begin to roll into the area. Now, some good news here, though, is we're not anticipating any severe weather with any of this activity, just some good, much needed rain and some thunderstorms out there. So the first half of our Saturday looks to be the better opportunity for more widespread shower and thunderstorm activity. And as we head into the afternoon, we'll still hold on to those thunderstorm chances and the shower chances, but they're going to be a bit more scattered as we head into the afternoon hours on our Saturday. So again, don't necessarily cancel your weekend plans. Just make sure you've got a backup, you've got an umbrella, and of course, make sure you've got the Skywatch weather app handy as well. We go into the evening and early overnight hours, Saturday into Sunday. We clear out, and then by Sunday morning, we start to cloud back up out there, and by mid-morning, we start to see additional shower and thunderstorm chances across the region. It's another round of scattered storms, so again, don't cancel your plans, but just be prepared for some rain chances out there. And then we'll have another opportunity for showers and thunderstorms as early as 1 o'clock Monday morning, and this chance for showers and storms will continue all the way through next Thursday. We are at 65 in Joplin right now. The winds are north at about 8 miles an hour. We've got this boundary out here where to the south of it, it's just a pinch warmer, mid-upper 60s and some low 70s here and there, with Jay as the warm spot at 71. And then as you head a little further north, it's a little cooler, low mid-60s out there. Iola, the cool spot, at 60 degrees so far this morning. And bear in mind, average low is about 69 for this time of year. So we're all, most of us at least, below average once again. Cool start to the day. And again, clouds increasing. Now, initially through the morning, some of you may get a little more sunshine than your neighbors, but it will not take long for the cloud cover to start to take over. We'll go about the low 70s by 11 o'clock this morning. Our average high about 90, 91 degrees, and we're going to be in the low to mid 80s for our highs today. So about 5, almost 10 degrees cooler for some of us for those afternoon highs with those mostly cloudy skies. Into the evening hours, again, mostly cloudy skies will continue, and they'll continue overnight tonight as well. Down to 71 by 10. Overnight lows, low 60s, which also means some of you in those rural outlying areas could even fall back into the upper 50s tonight. So do be prepared. Give your AC a break. It's going to need it because it's going to get hot again. We're not quite through summer yet, so don't let this weather fool you. All right, there's those rain chances all the way through at least next Thursday morning. Temperatures tomorrow, upper 70s, maybe a couple of low 80s, so another, again, well below normal day. Still below normal Sunday and into Monday, although we're getting closer. As we head toward the second half of next week, temperatures do begin to warm up. We get to average, then we start going above average in the low mid 90s out there, and we'll clear out by next weekend. That's a check of your forecast. We've got more of the KOAM Morning News headed your way right after this.
Well, theater goers can celebrate a trio of cinematic anniversaries. David Daniel has details in today's Hollywood Minute.
Lawrence of Arabia is back to mark Columbia Pictures' 100th anniversary. The 1962 adventure epic won 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and brought Peter O'Toole his first Oscar nomination. Special screenings of a 4K restoration are set for Sunday, August 11th and Monday, August 12th. Locations and showtimes at fathomevents.com.
Jack Tar Hotel, room 773. kill us if he got the chance.
Francis Ford Coppola's The Conversation has gotten its own 4K restoration for its 50th anniversary. Gene Hackman and Harrison Ford star in the 1974 thriller, which won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. The restored film opens Friday in New York and Los Angeles, with more cities to follow.
Love is the one thing that transcends time and space.
Fans of Christopher Nolan's Interstellar will have to wait a bit longer to see it again on the big screen. The Oscar-winning epic's 10th anniversary re-release has been pushed back from September 27th to December 6th, when it will screen in 70mm IMAX and on digital screens. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
A 5-year-old boy with autism who briefly went missing is safe after a quick-acting sheriff's deputy literally dropped everything and jumped in a pond to rescue the child. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
I got him. Watch a heroic cop in Florida bring to an end a tense search for a missing 5-year-old. Volusia County Sheriff's deputies responded after a family called 911 reporting their 5-year-old son had wandered away from their home. The family said the boy, who has autism, is attracted to water, so deputies zeroed in on a nearby pond. That's when Deputy Wes Bruff heard the child. He's out here somewhere. And took off running, stripping off his vest and body cam before heading into the water, where he found the child clinging to a log. Other deputies arrived as Bruff brought the boy safe and sound to dry land, later saying he was thankful to have been in the right place at the right time.
I have 3 children of my own, one being a 5-year-old, so to have him hold on to me tightly like that, it really felt like it was my own kid holding on to me.
Another tense water rescue, this one captured from above after a drone operator conducting flood damage assessments in Florida spotted a driver's failed attempt to cross a submerged road. The vehicle starts to get swept away, but luckily authorities were alerted immediately and were able to fish the driver out of the vehicle, later posting the video with a reminder, turn around, don't drown. Okie dokie, how about a way less intense rescue? This one, a cop kitty cat catch from Louisville, Kentucky, where after a keen-eared traffic cop heard cries coming from a sewer drain, officers ventured down to find and rescue a trapped kitten. If that wasn't enough, one officer ended up adopting the stray cat, and they're in luck. According to one social media user, sewer kitties are the best kitties. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Incredible rescue efforts. Stick around. We'll be right back. Well, people are getting their first public view of 2 giant pandas in California. The pandas named Chuan and Xingbao made their public debut yesterday at the San Diego Zoo. The pair arrived from China earlier this summer, and they were sent to the U.S. as a sign of friendship and are the first giant pandas to enter the country in 2 decades. The 2 are now enjoying a newly refurbished and expanded habitat. Now, China is expected to also partner with and loan pandas to other zoos, including the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. The pair in San Diego represents the first new panda loans to the U.S. in more than 20 years. And speaking of bears, Smokey Bear is celebrating his 80th birthday today. The beloved fictional bear first appeared on a wildfire prevention poster in August 1944 and quickly became America's symbol for wildfire prevention. His original message was, "Care will prevent 9 out of 10 forest fires." Now it's the familiar saying, "Only you can prevent wildfires." A year-long celebration of Smokey Bear's 80th birthday kicks off today with an award ceremony honoring wildlife prevention heroes.
And hopefully many of you out there have not let Smokey the Bear down, because only you can prevent wildfires. I thought it was forest fires.
Bear and not Smokey the Bear.
I thought it was Smokey the Bear, and I thought it was forest fires. Now we're going to have to do some investigative journalism here. But either way, only you can prevent it, okay? And only you can take advantage of these nice temperatures. We can't force you to do it. You've got to make the choice, and it's going to be decent. We'll have clouds increasing through the morning, though, so we got to deal with the cloudy skies. But, hey, With our highs today, we'll take the clouds. Low 70s by 11 a.m. Average high about 91. Our highs today, low to mid 80s. With those mostly cloudy skies across the area, we'll have a north-northeasterly breeze. We'll hold on to the cloudy skies through the evening and overnight as well, but another below average night. Check that out. Low 60s. Some folks could even make it into the upper 50s tonight. And tomorrow, I know we've got the rain chances, but we do need the rain. No severe weather is expected, but look at that. Most of us mid to upper 70s for our high temperatures. There could be a stray low 80-degree reading here or there. Below normal still Sunday, technically still below normal on Monday. Temperatures, though, begin to warm up into the low to mid-90s as we head through next week, with rain chances continuing through Thursday. That's a check of your forecast. Got another hour of the KOAM Morning News right after this.